So welcome everyone. I apologize for our delay, but we are streaming live now. So if Lyndsay and Melanie, you would like to get started, that would be great. Thank you.
All right, welcome everybody. Please bear with us. We thought we were collaborative, but now that we are going live, we're gonna make that work. So give me just a minute, I'll share my screen and we'll get started. So my name is Lyndsay Britt, and I'm the principal at Hertford County Early College High School. I am first and foremost mom of three. My daughter Adeline is 3, and I have twin boys that just turned 2. So needless to say, that is exciting all the time in my household. And today with me, I have my wonderful counselor, Miss Melanie Vann. Let her introduce herself.
Good morning. As Ms. Britt said, I'm Melanie Vann. I'm the school counselor at Hertford County Early College High School. I am the mother of 2 teenage daughters, well, preteen and teenage daughters. And I have been with Hertford County Early College High School for 6.5 years. It's been an interesting experience, a wonderful learning experience, and it's just a great place to be.
So we're going to have you all participate in a jam board, but we're going to move on from that. So a couple years ago, actually 4 years ago, after my first year of being a principal, Miss Vann came to me and she said, Lyndsay, our students don't remember their successes since they start our program. We've got to figure out a way where they can document and where they can build a portfolio so that when it becomes time to apply to college, they will remember what they did and they will be able to successfully complete the entire college application. So she brought to me this idea of digital portfolios. And she said, this is what I'm thinking. This is what we need to do. Let's see how this works. So you all are the first time that we've ever talked to anybody about this. We have actually, we'll show you some examples of our students who first started and who are now seniors. So like we said, this has been a work in progress for the past 4 years while going through COVID and trying to help them navigate that. But I'm going to kind of turn it over to Miss Vann because she is the brains behind this operation, about how it came about, what we're doing. And I will be kind of navigating on my end so that we can show you what these digital portfolios look like.
So let me start off by saying technology is not my strong suit at all. I'm learning. I'm always willing to learn. But with that being said, as Ms. Britt shared, I came in from elementary school counseling for 8 years into early college setting. And so it was a huge learning curve for me. But my first senior class that was getting ready to graduate, and I was trying to navigate Common App and CFNC and all the different college application processes with the students and learning along with them. And I had so many students just frustrated and in tears and just kind of giving up on doing their applications, because when it got to extracurricular activities or community service, or what leadership roles did you hold, or what awards have you received, they were at a loss. They had not been keeping track of it. They just knew that they were going to the next grade and they had a goal set in their mind. By senior year, we're going to apply to college and go. So we had tried the paper pencil route, keep a notebook, that kind of thing. But our students are so technologically driven that they needed something that they could just click on, have at their hands and use. So that's how the idea came about. And then just Google, what are some other people doing with the e-portfolio? And how can we make this work in our school and for our students that doesn't add additional stress, but will be turned into something that they can be useful to them as a tool in their toolbox. So We decided to use Google Sites. Every one of the students in our school has their own Chromebook, and we have all the apps up there for the for Google Drive. So I had to teach myself Google Sites along with Miss Britt helping me and other people in the building and reaching out to people who are a little bit stronger in technology than I was. And so we created a template, and you'll get to see the template in just a few minutes. And it was just basically a building from freshman year to senior year of all of their activities in one area, with the hope that they could use this for not only college applications, but some things that we do with them in junior year that we'll talk about, as well as take this on with them when they leave us. And if they have an internship that they're applying for in college, or they're having some kind of interview, they have their growth and their reflections right at hand. So we wanted to make sure that we could track as an admin team, because we're very individualized with our students, their pathways, their plans, their scheduling. And so it helps us just as much as it does help the students. And so we can look back and ask them to pull up their portfolio and say, okay, this is what you've accomplished from this point, or this is what you've been involved in here, and try to see patterns, trying to see reflections and growth. And it keeps everything in one place, and it just documents their high school career. We see their progress, the learning over time, which has been the most interesting to me, is just see how they have grown as individuals from when they came in as freshmen to when they're leaving us as seniors or super seniors. And their achievements are listed chronologically. So that's pretty much how they have to list them on a job application, or list them on a college transcript, or on a scholarship. So we wanted to just mimic that format and have it readily available.
This also gave us a way for them to display their career goals, where they were able to take interest surveys or document college research of where they're thinking about they're wanting to go based on their learning interest needs.
So we began this with our freshman class. We have seminar built into our schedule for freshman seminar, sophomore, junior, and senior. And instead of creating another whole, activity that was outside of what they already had in place in their full schedules, we decided to embed it into our seminar course beginning their freshman year, and we started in the spring. And so we gave them the template, and Ms. Britt and I went to the classrooms. We walked through with them, explained the process for them. And the goal is each semester, they're adding in their accomplishments. They're adding in their community service. They're adding in any extracurricular activities, as well as upload. If they have received certificates, they can upload this into the portfolio, with the goal in mind of tracking their progress, offer them a chance for reflection, prepare for their college planning, and it's kind of a one-stop shop. So when they begin it in their freshman year, they're going to continue at each semester, and the students during their junior year, Ms. Britt had the idea along with some of the others on our admin team of junior-led conferencing. We saw a need for students to be able to practice their interview skills before they're having interviews and for scholarships and applications and internships. We wanted them to have the opportunity to showcase themselves. And so junior years, when we conduct student-led conferencing, and we have now begun to use their digital portfolio as their talking points that they share with staff members in the school, as well as we invite their parents in. COVID did hinder that a little the past year, but we have their parents come in and they present and enter and give the interview for us of their progress and where they are, and just give pretty much a rundown of how they would start when they begin to do the actual interviews with colleges or scholarships. So as Ms. Britt stated, so 2018 graduation, that was the year that it was just very noticeable that we needed a way. We needed something to help them out. We needed to assist them in keeping up and documenting their successes. And so designing an online template, we decided to use the Google Sites, as I said, and just create a template that they can build off of. We wanted to have, there are certain things, criteria that we had, certain things that we wanted them to have in this portfolio. And then once they met that criteria, we wanted them to add and personalize and make it more their own. So we did begin in the fall of 18 in that seminar class.
So I'm now going to pull up our template, and this template is what gets shared out to the students. It is and Ms. Vann, I'm going to let you fill in where you need to. So we have the student fill in their name. Once this gets pushed out to them, they can make a copy of it on their Google site. And then we have it broken down where they can add high school accomplishments. So during their senior year, they're working on a high school resume. If they click on the honors and recognition, we have it broken down where they can add their different dates or awards that they earn each grade level. We have a spot for them to capture their community service. We do ask that our students complete 10 hours of community service a year, and their extracurricular activities. These are the things that we initially saw that students forgot that they were doing when it came time to apply to college. And so that's why those are listed here first. Then as a 9th grader, we asked them to complete their interest survey. What they're initially thinking they want to do, they will take this survey on CFNC. And you can see here that we have already embedded some prompts for them to start completing, just so we can see that growth over time, where they started and where they are going. And then we do include a section for them to do work samples. So if they had a really great essay that they did in 9th grade, or there was a great math project, all of that can be uploaded into this portfolio. 10th grade, we start having them do college research. And again, we want them to go ahead and start thinking about what those ACT, SAT, the cost, what majors they're wanting to go into. We do this in 10th grade because that's when they first take that pre-ACT, where they start actually thinking about what test scores are and what colleges would require certain scores for that. In 11th grade, we start having them work on their personal essay because we know that that is something they have to use to apply to college. And again, at each grade level, you can see that we have a section available for different work samples. In 12th grade, they have their graduation plan, different scholarships and grants that they apply to, graduation planning overall, and 12th grade work samples. And then Ms. Vann has another section, which you'll see on some of the other students' portfolios, that she pushes out with resources for students. Ms. Vann, do you want to talk about what those are?
Yes, so I went ahead to just have everything, again, is like a one-stop shop. They have the resources for ACT, ACT Academy, College Foundation, counselor referral form if they need to, send me a referral, that's there, as well as on our webpage, the FAFSA website. And so they have it here, and they can also add their own resources to that if they need to. So we just wanted to have it all in one location. And Ms. Britt, if you'll go to the home screen, please. So we do put a little disclaimer. This e-portfolio will be shared with the staff of Hartford County Early College for review. So we want them to know that they're going to be sharing this, and you will be able to, they're going to share this with themselves, as well as we may share that with whoever their seminar teacher is. They will be viewing theirs as well. And one of the things that we found is students have a difficult time talking about themselves and sharing their characteristics and just to explain who they are as a person, as an individual. So we asked them right here to insert their picture and just tell about themselves. Who are you? It started as a freshman, and it's very interesting to see how those change from freshman year through senior year, how they've grown, their interests, their hobbies. And so we get to see growth over time.
And we do have 2 student examples for you. So I will share the first one. So this is a current senior. Again, we're showing you senior portfolios who have made it through the whole process. This was the group of students that we actually started with their freshman year. So as Ms. Vann said, she's kind of personalized her background, added a picture. This is an updated picture from what she originally had her freshman year. And so it kind of talks about what she is doing and what she's been involved in. We can go back and look and see where she was originally, the university she was originally interested in when she did her research in 10th grade. Her personal essay she was working on, she's linked that there for us to view. Her career interest. So when she took the survey and the information that she was able to think about, this student actually has still been with the goal of nursing and is working toward applying to nursing school once she graduates from us. And then we can look at her honors and recognition. So again, she was able to go back as she started applying for college and look at what she did in 9th grade and the dates that those occurred, 10th grade, 11th grade. And then she'll fill in everything for her senior year. Community service that she has completed through each grade level. And her different extracurricular activities that she has participated in. So this is what the students, when they publish their webpage, this is what it looks like. And we'll show you one more example. So this is another student. He is, again, also a senior, and he has been, again, this is a different picture. They like to update those pictures once they get their senior pictures. Ms. Vann, you want to talk about James's portfolio?
Yes, he has actually been very diligent in his every year. And he didn't have to play catch up. Sometimes the students will kind of forget to add in things, and then they'll go back and catch up. But he has kept his on track from beginning to end. And so he has been working with me individually with his applications and scholarships. And he has just talked about how much being able to go to, Ms. Britt, if you'll click the honors and recognitions, the things that he has been able to serve on and things that he has been recognized with. As you can see, 9th grade, there was so much that he accomplished. And if he was sitting there college application week, getting ready to complete an application and did not have all of this in one place and was hunting and finding it, it could be overwhelming for him, and it could be frustrating and hinder him from applying to as many colleges as he would like. So that's why the biggest benefit that we have seen from this. He has his community service listed and the things that he has been involved in. So he has this here, but we also have an electronic form that Google form they fill out that goes, and we keep a tally with that and the documentations and everything. But this is, and if he wanted to, he could go in and upload his certificates or any additional forms that if he would like. So you can see the growth from a couple of things his freshman year, and he grew as a student and got more involved 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. He's just blossomed and gotten so involved in different things. And when we talk about work samples, would go with career interest, that's fine. I just asked them to go on CFNC, take those surveys, those interest surveys, the learning style surveys, get to know who you are, and and put it up here and reflect. Does it match what you were thinking? This particular student came in freshman, sophomore, and junior year, and we were 100% STEM. We were STEM related. That's the field that he was going in. And the more reflection he's done, the more he's thought about what he enjoys and his classes and the courses he's taken, he has gone a completely different route, which I think suits him very well. But a lot of that comes with reflection and him thinking about. With work samples, we allow them to either use high school documentation, or if they completed an assignment in a college class, we allow them to use that. What pieces show your best work and that you're proud of from each year?
So we did have a time that we wanted to be able to answer questions, but I believe because we're live, I'm not sure that people can put those questions in the chat, but we did want to,
We do have one question in the chat that reads, will there be a link to this sample, or do you all have recommendations for how to create a portfolio similar to this one?
this link, we are going to re-upload this presentation. We added the sample link late, so we can re-upload this presentation. Ms. Vann, do you want to speak on that?
Yes. So with the above the two samples, there is the template that I created. You should be able to copy that and do what you have created. You make it your own. I will say trial and error came into play, and so this question kind of leads me into that. With all great things come obstacles, and this is a work in progress for us. This is something we're learning and we're building upon. We're not experts at it, but we have found that it is a tremendous tool. The first one is, and people who are more familiar with Google Sites than I am, we had a difficult time sending out the Google Site link template because it did not allow us to force a copy. So when we sent them the link to the Google site, it would not allow at that time, for Google didn't have it set up to force a copy. So we were very strategic in how we pushed this out. We would wait until we got into that classroom. We would share it out at that point, allow them to become editors to my template. I kept an original, and then I made a copy and shared the copy with them. Let them copy the link and change it to their name, and then I took them off as editors. Trial and error, I had 500 people typing on one document at one time and had forgotten to create the link. So it's just a matter of remembering to go back in and take them back off after they have made their copy. Also, we did a Google Doc. So when Ms. Britt and I went into the classroom to walk them through the steps and what their expectations were to complete their freshman year in that spring semester, it was laid out. These are the things that you must complete for the in-seminar class, and they followed that step by step. But yes, the template is a great tool. You just have to remember to let them make a copy and then take it off. And it may be where that they are allowed to force a copy now. I have not been able to get to that point yet.
And if you would like access to the template and you cannot access the template from our presentation, we don't mind sharing that with you all. But I hope the links are open so that everybody can view.
Yeah, and we did put the links in the attendee chat, and it looks like the first link is this presentation. The second link says Jamboard Google. the third says sample. And I'm guessing
Yes.
that third link, that sample, is where they can access this template themselves.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. We've got about 3 minutes. I want to apologize to everybody for our delayed start, and especially to our incredibly awesome hosts, our speakers today. And just before we close out, I want to make sure to thank Lyndsay, Britt, and Melanie Vann of Hertford Early College. You all have done fantastic work for so many years, and you run a great school. And this is a fantastic resource and a great presentation. So thank you both. Now I'm going to hush. You've still got 3 more minutes.
We were just wanting, we thought participants were going to be in. So anyway, if there are other questions, I will put our emails in the chat. Hopefully that will get out to everyone, and we can also link that in our presentation so that if you do have questions, it is at the end of our presentation. If you do have questions, please at any time email us. But as Ms. Vann said, she came to me with a great idea, and we have made it work, but we were kind of hesitant at sharing before, but now we've kind of made it through our first full group of students that have completed these. And we've really seen the benefit of the portfolio for our seniors this year, and being able to document their successes. And I think sometimes we forget to do that. And this has just been a great way to help our students with that, remind them of their community service, remind them that they have done awesome things throughout the early college program. So thank you everybody for attending. And as I said, if there are any other questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us, and we'll help you, because it is definitely a trial and error, and you can make edits to it that fit your needs at your school. So this is just one way that we've tried to approach helping our students become better self-advocates and keep up with their information throughout their time in high school.
This is a fantastic resource, and we do have a participant who has put a comment in the chat. She writes, "Perfect. Thank you, ladies. This was an amazing presentation with much insight." So kudos, well done. Thank you both so very much. And thank you everyone who's been with us this morning. Also, let me share that this presentation was recorded and